Morning, my wonderful people. Happy Friday. The weekend is finally approaching. Guys, so I was thinking about this. I had a thought last night, and I know that's crazy and scary, but like, it made me think about something I want to talk about on here. And I'm going to talk about that too, but hold on. Anyway, like, who is your greatest hill of all time? Like, you guys know I'm a hill guy. Love hills. Hills make the world turn, man. Hills make the world turn. And I was thinking about, what I said yesterday about, MJF and how he is ultimately the greatest heel right now of the entire wrestling industry. He is the number one heel, in my opinion, above everybody. And two, you want to also throw in the fact that WWE fans are a little weird. They don't know. They cheer for heels. They don't even care if you're a heel or a face. They just cheer for anybody. CM Punk proves that. But who is your greatest heel of all time, like ever? I look at this and I think about, okay, like all time, like as a kid, Roddy Piper was probably my favorite. Roddy Piper's really the one that introduced me to heels and knowing what a true heel was, the bad guy. And I remember being a child and thinking, everybody's booing this guy, but I think he's kind of awesome. And I like it. And that's when I knew, being a small child, I knew immediately, like, this guy makes the show interesting. Like, this guy, like, I want to tune in because I want to see what this guy's going to say next. And that's what I'm talking about, man. You're only as good as your strongest heels. And I feel like that's what's wrong with WWE. Well, one of what's wrong with WWE right now. They don't have enough good heel power. And with MJF being over in AEW, they've got the ultimate heel. So anyway, I'm not doing that today. I just wanted to know your greatest heels of all time. Roddy Piper was probably my first favorite heel. I hate to say of all time, but you know what? I gotta go with The Rock. Well before he was ever a face. I remember taking a road trip to New Orleans. It was a road to WrestleMania, and it was a house show in New Orleans, not televised. And this was probably '99. That's how long ago this was. 25 years ago ish. Me and my buddy, huge Rock fans, and back then you could count on one hand how many Rock fans there were, because he was just booed ridiculously. Dom hate all day long, man, but just mad, loud, massive boos, because everybody loves Stone Cold and they hated The Rock. And I had a Brahma Bull shirt on. They sold them, but I guarantee you they weren't selling big back then, because everybody hated him. And I remember being in the stands. I remember in my seat, and The Rock came out, and man, just massive boos. And I remember this kid was behind me, and I don't know how old he was. He was probably 10-ish, but man, he was booing so loud, like in the back of my, because he knew I was wearing a Rock shirt, and he's all like right here, being super aggressive in the back of my head. Boo, Rocky sucks. And I remember I turned around and I caught my elbow, my eyebrow up at him, and I said, "Hey man, let me tell you something. One day you're going to chant his name, and I want you to remember this moment. Don't ever forget this moment right here." And I wonder, that was 25 years ago. I wonder where that dude is today, because that was awesome. And because he got quiet after that. But I just, Rock back then, man, he was untouchable. He was it reminds me a lot of where, I hate to compare the two, but like MJF, the reason MJF is so good, he's so natural in the microphone. It's like he doesn't miss a beat. If he does, he certainly doesn't show it. He's so natural in the microphone. He just comes off, man. It just rolls off the tongue with him, and you don't really now that I've seen him in multiple, promos with different people, whether it be Hangman, whether it be Dustin Rhodes, whoever, that Dustin Rhodes segment a couple weeks ago was phenomenal. But I've seen him in time again, and I don't see him slip, and he's just so natural with it, and it reminds me a lot of how Rock used to be way back when. Now, since then, Rock has kind of changed. Rock's never recaptured that Rock of old. I did like the Mono Rhodes, Final Boss kind of thing. That was okay, but that wasn't the same Rock that I grew up knowing. That's not the same Rock that I was watching back in my 20s and in the late 90s, early 2000s. Different Rock. But it doesn't have to be that Rock, God, I hope he comes back for WrestleMania. But, greatest heels of all time, man. I keep going off the wing here, but, I want to know yours. Tell me why. And, I like to talk about heels. And, there's been so many good ones. So many good ones. But, who left an impact on you with heels, man? I'm telling you, dude, heels are underrated. Everybody's all about the pop. Everybody's all about the face of the company, whatever. But I'm telling you, man, everybody was on Stone Cold back then. Everybody's on Cody now. John Cena, which is who I was thinking about last night. And I'm debating on, I think I'll do another one here. I'll do another video on it. My thoughts were about John Cena last night, because everybody seems to be waiting for this heel Cody turn. They wanted to turn heel, and I just don't know if that's. I wanted it for the longest time, but I honestly don't think it's going to happen. But I had a fabulous idea last night, and I know they'll never do it. But man, stay tuned to the next video, because I'm telling you right now, man, if this were to happen, this would be super ideal, and your ratings would go through the freaking roof if you did this. So, y'all tune into the next video, and write down below your favorite heels and why. And let me hear your story. Love you guys, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all have a good Friday.